Learning construction. Learn, share, expand.
Okay, so here's another device that is very common on commercial plumbing and as well as housing. This is called the water hammered arrestor. The water hammered arrestor is a device, and basically it's just an air piston, but the device function is to avoid the water hammering that goes through the pipes every time you open, for example, your faucet, or if you have a urinal or a toilet that has a flush valve. They put a lot of water pressure that runs fairly fast, and it shuts down fairly quickly as well. And what that does is just puts all your pipes under stress because of the pressure, as the water moves quickly and stops quickly. So this creates a hammering through the pipes, and to avoid the hammering through the pipes, which eventually can make a lot of noise and potentially break your pipes, you install this water hammer arrestors. The water hammer arrestor will be on a specific size depending on how many fixtures you have and what position on the line will be. So for example, they're very typical to be installed on a main line that runs, like you can see over here. You can have the water hammer arrestors connected to the cold water that is going to connected to this urinals that we have in here. So you can see all these urinals going to this line of cold domestic, and you put it towards the last of the fixtures. And what this is going to do is when you flush the urinal and the water comes rapidly over here, it will avoid the hammering and the potential noise or breaking your pipe. Okay, so as I was saying over here, the water hammer arrestor, one of the basically what you can see over here, this is just a chamber. That's all it is. It's an air chamber. There's a spring inside over here, and there's a piston at the end. So the water is pushing the piston, and when the pressure changes or increases, once the flow starts going, it'll push through this chamber and come back out. Generally, these things don't break, but that doesn't mean they don't have to be inspected every once in a while. As for example, these ones over here are standard to be just buried in the wall, and the reason being is because it's soldered. If this was a mechanical connection, for example, if it was in a coupling with a valve, then you would have to have an access panel for it. But since this one is a soldered item, there is no need for you to have an access panel. Now, it's very important for you to know that just putting a water hammer arrestor will not prevent your pipes from breaking. It's very important that you know that your pipes need to be well secured. So you can see over here, water pipes are well secured and they have their sound isolators installed. This is just to aid the situation. This is not to resolve the complete matter. So you want to check when you're putting all your pipes or you're inspecting somebody's pipes that they always have all their isolators installed and they're well secured. You don't want your pipe rattling all over the place, or otherwise you will have all kinds of noise. And eventually what that will do is it'll weaken all your solders and break your pipe. As you can see over here, these manufactured items, they have a certain percentage of working pressure. So as I was saying, they have to be installed according to how many devices and the size of the pipe that are going to be installed, and that will help you determine the size of the water hammer arrestor. You also want to check on the installation specs if it is to be the installation. For example, this device over here can be installed vertically up. There are very few that can be installed going down, but they're very typical to be going up, and they have a certain angle that can be installed as well. But most of the time they're going to be going up, like you see over here. Anyways, I hope you guys liked it, and don't forget to check out learningconstruction.com. Thank you.